God dang it, I meant to turn that off. I meant to turn that off first. What's up, YouTube? How y'all doing? Check it out. Check it out without a doubt. First of all, man, check it. Shout out to all my enders. At the end, it's gonna be down below somewhere. To go to our other channel, man. Subscribe to our other channel. We got 3 channels. It is so quiet in here. We rock 3 channels up here on this YouTube stream. Trying to get the other channels to get more subscribers. We do a lot of different reactions on the other channel before the stage. So you gotta click the end. Shout out to my enders or links below. The albums came out. Check out my album. Everybody's saying that the music is fire and everything. Thank y'all so much, man. Letting y'all know that Uncle Mike is now just in here. I play 5 instruments, man. I've been playing since I was 7. So, and I know how to produce music. I know how to produce different things. So what I don't know how to do is sit up here and talk to you guys. But I try to keep it real. How about that? Now, speaking of keeping it real, a lot of times I go through videos, right? And I'm checking out, I'm looking at this video right here. Lord have mercy. Justice or bias? Nah, mother. Diddy X, I do not view Mr. Combs as a threat. But I'm gonna play this video and this video right here of Diddy. I wish I can get both of these to come up at the same time, man. Let's see something. I'm gonna keep this right here. Let's go back to the main home. How y'all doing today? Hit that subscribe button, hit that bell. Go over to our other channel, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell over there. Oh my God, this dude right here is the what the heck is going on with this Dr. Umar thing? Oh my God, this dude get on my nerves, man. I feel so sorry for this dude. I ain't seen my man in a minute right here. Dr. Umar. Yeah, see this, I don't like the way YouTube does things. So anyway, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start off with this one right here. I want a justice or bias. And this is like an 18-minute long video, so we might do half of it or something. I don't know. Hit that subscribe button, hit that bell. Hey, let's check out, man. Let's check this bad boy out. All right, here we go. Let's go from the top. No bail again. Judge denies Diddy. Is this justice or bias? What's bias? What does that mean? Is it bias? The man need to be in jail. Ma'am, I'm being biased? Is it bias? No, it ain't bias. Diddy has lied, cheated, and stealed his way for 30 years. I'm talking about justice for everybody. All the publishing that he done took. Did you know he had a nerve to get on public TV or announce that he giving everybody back their publishing? Really? Well, that's nice of you. Do you know publishing is more valuable in the beginning and it just goes down in value? So now you're going to give him back the publishing when ain't nobody listening to I can't even think of nothing. Jodeci was hot as I don't know what. Ain't nobody playing no Jodeci songs now these days. If anything, they playing 6ix9ine Jakasi or whatever that little boy name is. Come on, y'all. And then you get, oh my God, dude, oh my gracious. Here we go, y'all. I feel sorry for people, man. Give a thumbs up. I feel sorry for it. We ain't even heard the video yet, man, and I'm over here great throw up. Let's go.
Hey everyone, it is Tea Time with the Diva. Grab your tea, grab your coffee, because we're going to get into it. This Tea Time is dedicated to Diddy and this Judge Iran Submaranian who refused to let him out on bail. You know, at this point, is torture, is inhumane punishment, and it's just crazy to me. And crazy, it's a shame that anytime people want to speak up for what is right when it comes to Diddy, you'll hear most of them say first, I'm not a Diddy fan, but, this is not being a fan of one person or not being a fan of this person. This is being a fan of what is right and what is just dead wrong. And listen, there are people in this world who took people's lives. We got people who forget their kids in the car, and the kid is found. When they get to them or remember them, they're no longer alive. There's so many egregious things that people do, and guess what? They get out on bond. They get out on bail. And so I think at this point, while I'm saying this is cruel and inhumane punishment, is because I feel like they're using Diddy as a rat experiment. And what I mean like that, when they have the rats or the mites in the lab and say feed one junk food, one healthy food, and see what happens to the person, the rat that eats the junk food, or they give one rat this medication, the other one that medication, and see how the rat responds to said medication. They keep saying that the reason why this man cannot get out is because he's so violent and he's going to be a danger to society. Usually people that are super extremely violent, they don't know how to turn it on and off. So Diddy has been in jail, 8 months? Okay, September would be a whole year. So what is it? Maybe I'll take that back. It's 10 months. We have not heard of one violent act that he started in the Metropolitan Detention Center. Not a one. But yet,
oh my God. Not one. The judge mentioned one when he said why he not giving him bail. Also, two was he was using somebody's calling card or whatever you want to call it. That's two. Then we heard that people doing favors for him. Really? That's two of them. Not alone mentioning that you saw that video. I don't give a daggone Diddy of all the money he get. This man got a jet. You're comparing people leaving their kids in a car, not thinking intentionally they was going to kill a little baby or whatever the case may be. You're going to compare that to somebody that's running a major organization ring. I know why, because he's black. That's the only thing I can think of. I don't care what color he is. Wrong is wrong, right is right. Oh my God, man.
Of one violent act that he started in the Metropolitan Detention Center. Not a one. But yet, the judge is saying this man is so violent that you can't even let him out on a $50 million bond with an ankle bracelet to go stay in his mansion in Miami. And even if you X'd out the mansion, before the trial, he offered to get an apartment in New York and stay there on the Upper East Side. Everything this man offers, you say no. But we see right before our eyes countless people that are accused of some heinous stuff, and they're out on bail. The crypto guy who allegedly tortured somebody in a home for days or weeks or whatever it was, he got out on $1 million bond. Is he not dangerous? It was on video. Just like Diddy's, beating up Cassie was on video. This incident was captured on video. And he gets out on $1 million bond. Y'all get my point. I'm not going to name the countless people who were accused of either worse or similar crimes, and they're out on bail. At this point, this judge needs to be looked at. Because at the very least, a judge needs to be fair to you. And I don't feel confident that based on the charges, not based on somebody's feelings, not based on the charges that Diddy did not get convicted of, that based on the charges in this situation, that this judge won't give Diddy on October 3rd a fair sentence. I don't think he is. Now, I could be dead wrong. Now, he did tell Diddy it's only 6.
You're definitely dead wrong, that's for sure. You comparing, I'm trying to get the words because I'm just in the back. I'm a dude in the back chilling. This man got a RICO charge. We're talking about these first 3 denials. You're comparing people that did bank fraud, cryptocurrency fraud, leaving a child. These are her words. Leaving a child in the car, manslaughter, whatever you want to call it. To RICO. Guns being FBI done raided the house. Oh yeah, for everybody looking at this thing from the beginning, when Diddy houses got raided, right? When Diddy houses got raided, oh, you best believe that if I was Diddy and I had my own jet and I had money all over the world, you best believe if you gave me bail, pew, I'm out of here. Ellen has already set up the daggone sub basement for me. She can be dancing and everybody looking. They can bring the dogs. I got all kinds of coffee on the first basement and I'm under 3 more basements. You ain't gonna find me cause I am gone. Of course, I don't need to make bail cause I ain't coming back. Yeah, this is ridiculous how people think, man. This is ridiculous how people think. This is ridiculous how people think. The King of New York, remember that one? This is the King of New York. Lord have mercy, lady. I'm sorry, man. I'm
60
sorry.
days? You could take that several ways. Like, it's only 60 days, and maybe when the October 3rd come, the judge is not going to be so harsh. Or it's only 60 days, and then you'll know your fate, so just chill. I don't know. But I do know this. I said it before when the trial was going on that this judge was biased. And I'll stand there to this day because at this point, it's just a little bit ridiculous. And
yeah, I know this is the 3rd judge, right? This is judge number 3. So what the problem is? What the problem is? This is judge number 3. Yeah.
And he shouldn't even have to offer a $50 million bond to get out. $1 million should have did it. Not that the judge was going to, give it to him anyway, but $1 million should have did it. Because you have the guys from Abercrombie, that guy from Abercrombie and Fitch, he free with an ankle bracelet somewhere in a treatment center saying that he lost his memory all of a sudden. But anyway, let me share a screen. Let's get into this. So Sean Diddy Combs still stuck in jail. Judge denies bail. I'm shocked that he denied it this time, and I'm not shocked at the same time. Shocked because they came up, his defense team came up with some very good arguments as to why he should be set free. And they also claim, similar to like R. Kelly, that now someone in the jail was trying to attack him. I just wonder why after all this time, someone in the jail was trying to come for him. That's kind of scary. So Sean Diddy Combs isn't going anywhere, at least for now. He was, again, hoping for a taste of freedom, but the judge in his criminal case just denied bail for the 2nd time, pending his upcoming sentencing. And you know what I just thought about that? Ghislaine Maxwell, she went, spoke to whoever she spoke to, and it's supposedly given, information on the Epstein situation, and she got moved to a less restrictive facility. So, okay, you told him it's only 60 days. Why not move him to a less restricted facility? Well, I guess you can't if you're saying that he's a danger and a flight risk, because if you move him to a less restricted facility and he's truly a flight risk, then, that wouldn't make sense what you're saying. But I still think that what they're doing is just cruel and evil. So Judge Ron Sumerian ruled Monday against granting Diddy bail, siding with federal prosecutors and keeping Diddy locked up at the MDC Brooklyn as he awaits his October 3rd sentencing for his conviction on a couple Mann Act charges. In his order, the judge said there was no exceptional reasons warranting a release before his sentence. You know what? I just thought about it. If they keep calling this man dangerous, let's just say he gets a sentence beyond the year that he would have served by the time October 3rd comes, that means you will probably not be in agreement then of sending him to a less restrictive facility because you keep saying he's a flight risk and a danger. Whew, Diddy better, now his legal team really need to work on something. And I don't even know if another judge giving him the sentence would even work. I don't know, but it's crazy. Let's take a listen.
Anywhere soon.
Denied once again.
Denied bail by the judge. The judge made it clear he will be in this lockup facility until October 3rd when he is sentenced.
Now, the judge pointed out, and I don't know if this is to try and make Diddy feel better about it, saying that's just 60 days away. Now, easy for the judge to say, Diddy clearly did not want to spend the next 60 days in jail, but that is where he's going to be.
And he will spend more time than the 60 days because then he gets sentenced.
Right.
And we don't know what the sentence is, but I think that what the judge said in his order today is bad news for Diddy. The judge said, look, I agree with the defense that in a normal Mann Act conviction, and the Mann Act is basically taking a prostitute across state lines, and that's it.
Right.
And normally you would grant somebody bail for something like that. But he said this case is different.
Different because there are several extenuating circumstances that have to do with violence. And the judge said, I'm not going to ignore the testimony that I heard in this case, the evidence that was seen, of course, the Cassie beating video. And the judge said that makes this a much different, this is not just a run-of-the-mill Mann Act case.
So you can look at it this way, because I get the judge's conclusion and I can understand it, but I don't necessarily agree with the way he got there. And I'll tell you why. That the judge is talking about force, fraud, or coercion and duress. And yeah, you could argue, and I think it's probably the case, that the jury may not have found that beyond a reasonable doubt to convict him of sex trafficking, but they still may have said he probably did that, but
remember that some of that testimony involved violence that happened just a year ago.
Right.
So
well, maybe the jury didn't believe that.
It does not matter. This analysis that the judge is conducting,
the jury may not have believed the testimony,
and that's fine.
Right.
So they didn't convict him. What this doesn't matter for is the bail analysis. The bail analysis is this guy a flight risk and is he dangerous? That matters for any type of charge. If it's a non-violent charge, let's say it's a financial fraud charge.
Derek, where was he going to go if he got out on bail?
He was going to go to Miami to his gorgeous mansion.
Right. And then he could go out to restaurants and
go out. Well, he offered that he
wouldn't be able to go out.
Oh, right. It was house arrest.
I get your...
It was... Thank you, Charles.
So your point is that there's no... If he's just in his house, then why is violence an issue?
I'll tell you why. Because this guy is incorrigible. Well, and he's also...
What if he says he can't have any visitors?
Okay. Where is he going?
And I'm not... Wait a minute. So then everyone should be released on bail as long as they're willing to do those conditions.
No, the difference...
Everyone.
No. The difference is... No, but the difference is he wasn't convicted of... And I know the Mann Act has this weird phrase in it that it's a violent crime.
Put that aside.
But yeah, put that aside. There was no conviction of violence in this case.
Doesn't mean that there wasn't a lot of evidence of violence in this case,
but
even though it didn't prove that they were sex trafficked.
But that's not what's before the judge. What's before the judge is you have a conviction on 2 counts of the Mann Act, and you've had acquittals on sex trafficking and racketeering.
Correct.
So what you're left with are these 2 nonviolent crimes.
Right.
And what somebody does outside of that in their life, does the judge consider that for no bail?
Absolutely, he considers it.
Maybe all that ends up in sentencing. And the judge made a point in this order saying that my ruling today about bail don't read into this to think that it has any
I am
bearing on sentencing.
I am so reading into it.
Yeah,
I know the judge.
Well, very
I know
clearly
the
you are
judge
reading
said
into
it, but I think this is really bad news for Diddy for two reasons.
Yeah.
One is the sentence, that when you look at what he could get, the low end is time served, but it could be a year, it could be 2 years. Prosecution went north of 4 years. I don't think they're going to get 4, but I don't think he's going to get the minimum sentence, because I think the judge is really looking at this. That's bad news for Diddy on one count. The second reason it's bad news is, where's he going to put him? Where does he go? Does he go to a minimum security prison,
right,
a moderate one, or a maximum security prison? If they're viewing him, and the judge is viewing him as this violent guy, I mean, which he undeniably is when you look at the Cassie video.
But you
have the judge saying this,
but
it's going to have an impact.
Diddy has said is that he is getting treatment while he is at
not enough for the
MDC
judge.
Brooklyn.
Not enough for the
I
judge.
feel like-
But he's getting that treatment at MDC Brooklyn.
Right.
I feel
So
like
you can't let him out go sitting at home in Miami. He's not going to be getting treatment there. He's in a program.
He would say, I'll get in-home service, Charlie.
Not enough. He's
I feel
too
like,
risky.
I feel like this ruling, the judge dismissed what the jury said. I feel like the jury thinks this is a case. Okay, that's what I think.
So now the question, what's Donald Trump going to do?
Right, because there was as we told you, that President Trump was considering a pardon. And in fact, the way it was told to us, the conversations between Diddy's defense and the administration involved basically, if he was denied bail, that the president would consider an immediate pardon. Something has fallen apart, I think, in those discussions between Diddy's team and Trump.
Sean Diddy Combs,
Right.
would you consider pardoning him?
I was very friendly with him. I got along with him great. And seemed like a nice guy. I didn't know him well. But when I ran for office, he was very hostile. We're human beings.
Right.
And we don't like to have things cloud our judgment, right? But when you knew someone and you were fine, and then you run for office and he made some terrible statements. So I don't know, it's more difficult. It makes it more, I'm being honest, it makes it more difficult to do.
But more likely a no for Combs,
I
it
would
sounds
say
like.
so.
Okay.
Wow.
So
Loyalty is everything.
right.
I agree with you, Harvey. I think that this is bad news for Diddy all around. I mean, being denied bail, obviously, October 3rd, when he's going to be sentenced, is not too far away. But if he were going to get time served, maybe bail would be on the table right now. But this is just sort of an indication from the judge that he's probably looking at a more fulsome picture of all the evidence that was shown at trial. And he is looking at maybe the evidence of violence, regardless of the fact that it doesn't really play into the Mann Act convictions.
He is going to be in there for 60 days. I don't think this is good news for him in terms of sentencing.
He cannot feel.
Oh, by the way, real
Positive.
quick, and they say that he was threatened when he was in this facility.
Right. Yeah, there was a part the judge said, because they had complained about the conditions at MDC Brooklyn. The judge said, I know it's bad, but the staff is clearly taking care of you. And he said there was an incident where another inmate threatened Diddy, and yet the staff protected him. So that's not going to be grounds to let him out either.
I think in terms of the threats and the violence in jail, that's a whole nother subject that needs to be worked on. I'm of the mindset that jail is the punishment and you shouldn't be threatened further while in jail. But that's a diva thought, right? As we first reported, whether you're Diddy or someone else, I just think it's horrific. And if I'm not mistaken, it was a few years ago, it might have been during the pandemic, where over there at the Brooklyn Detention Center, people were taking their own lives, some of the inmates, because the conditions was just so horrific and inhumane. This is sad, is all I can say. This is extremely sad in terms of justice, right? Because a flight risk doesn't bring themselves to New York to wait in to turn themselves in. But anyway, we'll carry on. As we first reported, Diddy filed a new motion for bail last week. And I will say this, to me, if he was convicted on racketeering, RICO, because that's a life sentence, that would have been a life sentence pretty much for him. They're not going to stand a flight risk then, right? Because what do you have to lose? But he wasn't. So I just don't get their point, but let's continue. With his legal team arguing he's probably the only man in America behind bars for hiring and transporting male S workers across state lines to bang his girlfriend. His defense says there's no binding precedent for keeping him in jail before sentencing, but the judge disagreed, saying Diddy's attorneys might have a point about the Mann Act, except the fact that his case also involved evidence of violence, coercion, or subjugation in connection with the acts of hiring these people. He also addressed the defense concerns about conditions at the MDC where Diddy is being held. The judge said jail staff has been able to keep Diddy safe even during an incident of threatened violence from an inmate. The Bad Boys founder proposed a bail package with a $50 million bond and said he would chill at his Miami home and limit his travel to Florida and New York if granted, but the judge isn't having it. While the $50 million didn't sway the judge as far as releasing Diddy on bail, he warned this ruling will have no impact on his decision about sentencing on October 3rd, which he points out is just 60 days away. I also said that it's 60 days, he should just chill. Chill not because it's so easy there, whatever the case may be, but chill because by the time his sentencing comes, he would have served a year in prison. And let's just pretend that the judge said, okay, we're going to give you 18 months, 1 year credit served, and the rest is on probation. Then he'll be out. I don't know. That was just my thought process. Now all eyes are on President Trump because what we've been told, Trump is more than open to pardoning Diddy, and POTUS had been waiting to see what the judge did with Diddy's latest bail petition. Well, that's what Trump said. Trump goes back and forth. Trump said that, and then he recently said he probably would not. But you never know. Trump changes his mind all the time. Maybe he'll change his mind again, and he will give Diddy a pardon. Listen, guys, chat with me in the comments, and when I get an opportunity, I will chat back. If you're not a subscriber, subscribe. Hit the notification bell so that every time I upload a video, you will be notified. If you are a subscriber, welcome back. Everybody, thanks.
People, please realize that presidents don't just go around giving people pardons like that. God dang. Somebody to mention that for good entertainment purposes only. I see your little thing going over there. So this is for entertainment purposes only. I don't know why all of a sudden all these people say, well, Trump might give him a pardon. You think so? That's the word on the street. Then all of a sudden, yeah, Trump. And then Trump playing into this mess. I know Trump probably like, dude, I ain't pardoning this dude. This dude ain't even helped me run for president. What makes y'all think I'm giving him a pardon? I don't even know what he did. I just hear whatever little bit of tweets. In between my tweets, they say, he denied bail again. Why? Then a lot of people say Trump is racist. So why would he want to help a black man if that's true? Y'all are, god dang, man. I swear to God, boy. That's all right. 12 more months, man. All I need is 2 more years myself. I already gave myself, I got 2 more years, baby, to do this. How in the world? I can't wait, man. This is gonna be the longest 3 months. I got something to do with this. Then the kids, y'all check out my album. I am over here talking about Diddy's kids. I ain't say nothing negative. I can't believe the man, Bad Boy, the CEO of Bad Boy Entertainment, Bad Boy Records. I was a Bad Boy fan, man. Bad Boy taught me how to make music, taught me how to do hip hop. Yeah, I was all into learning all this stuff, man. Let me see, we got some time. Y'all want to keep going? It was 30 minutes. I was going to do I think I'm gonna cut it. I can't remember what video I was going to do anyway. Gotta be more careful. What's that? Udo, go. Shout out to Udo. God dang it. Look here, I'm gonna get on up out of here, man. I'm gonna start a whole nother video. Y'all take it light, take it slow. Tell him Uncle Mike told you so. I think the judge gonna give him 6 years. One of them is already served, so you got 5 years. The judge is also giving time. You gotta be fair. The judge is giving the feds time to come up with more charges. The judge is giving the feds more time to come up with. They ain't talk about the daggone guns. See, we gotta take some stuff away to make things even. We ain't talked about the. We threw this out. We threw that out. We threw all this stuff out to help you out. You know, this is bull. They doing this because he's a black man. Yeah, okay, well, we threw that out too. How about that? Now we got rid of a jury. The jury come back so fast. Come on, dude. And the man got to be fair. And you think not holding him in jail is fair? That ain't fair. He should have been out by now. That's what you think? Shoot. I don't know what y'all looking at, man. But anyway, y'all take it light, take it slow. Tell him Uncle Mike told you so. Peace out.